Welcome to Talking Dentures, where Simon answers all your questions about dentures.
Yeah, so our question today about dentures is from Sally Nixon in Swindon, and she's asked, can I sleep with my dentures in? Now, this is a very, very common question. I get asked this a lot by a lot of my patients when I'm supplying their dentures for them, and there's different answers for different people. So if you've got a brand new denture and it's a good denture and it fits well and it's not moving, then yes, you can sleep with it, and there are benefits to sleeping with it. On the other hand, if you've got a denture that you've had for several years and it's not very clean, it's got visible signs of plaque or staining on the denture, or if the denture's loose and won't stay in without using some glue on it, then I would suggest you don't sleep with a denture, or at least seek advice on whether it's okay to sleep with a denture. And I say that because in some sort of situations you still can, depend on the type of staining and things like that. But in general, if it's a good denture, it's a new denture, it's clean and it fits, then yes, you can sleep with it. And there are benefits to sleeping with a denture in. For example, if you're somebody that grinds your teeth at night, then it's a good idea to have some sort of device which we call a night guard, which will prevent your teeth from being ground down. However, if you grind your teeth just a little bit but not too much, but you're a denture wearer and you wear the dentures, then obviously that denture is going to take up some of that grinding. So it's going to protect your natural teeth, or sometimes your jawbone, your what we call the condyles up here, from overstraining. If you're overclosing, that can cause a TMJ problem. So it's, in those sort of situations, a really good idea to wear a denture, because the benefits can outweigh the negatives with that. Generally what we would do, if you tend to see a clinician to ask them if you can sleep with your dentures in, what they're going to do is look at your gums and see what sort of state they're in. If you've got something that we call denture stomatitis, is usually when there's a lot of pressure on the gums, or the gums have got a lot of bacteria on them because of the plaque and things like that, and it's irritating the gum surface. And in that sort of situation, we would say definitely don't sleep with those dentures in. You need to give your gums time to relax and exfoliate all those dead tissues, those dead cells, and repair from a day of wearing the dentures. But if your gums are nice and healthy, then it's okay. The caveat to that is, if you do sleep with your dentures in at night, you need to be taking them out for at least an hour during the day to give them a rest, to give your gums a rest, so that those dead cells, as I say, they can all exfoliate and out clean your mouth. And if you do that, you should be fine. If you're unsure, always check with a clinician. You know, if you're not sure whether your denture's clean enough, if it's sort of like borderline, maybe it's got a little bit of staining. But I think the confusion around this comes from years ago. We used to make dentures out of vulcanized rubber. It was a very porous material. It wasn't a very nice material at all. They would go black. They wasn't good. They never fit very well, and they could cause all sorts of problems if people slept with them in. And conversely, like today, if you're wearing dentures that are not of good quality, then you certainly shouldn't be sleeping with them. And I'd probably argue that you shouldn't even be wearing them at all if they've got the staining and plaque and things like that built up on them. You're far better off taking them to the laboratory to get them cleaned, or take them to your local clinician, your dental practice, and ask them to clean them, because they can send them to the laboratory to be cleaned, and they'll do a much better job than you could ever do, because they will use chemicals and ultrasound to remove the plaque from them. And you might not get them spotlessly clean, but they will be able to remove a lot of that build up if you've got it distracted. So there you go. It wasn't a simple yes or no answer, unfortunately, to that one, but I hope it helped, and we'll see you in the next one.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to send us your questions. There's a link in the description below. Bye!